remember it was summer. We were in a big old van that had no air conditioning, and we drove all over to antique markets just looking for this junk furniture, etc. Treasures for the show. And we had so much fun, so much fun. Well, I've seen a lot of shows, both theater and music. So I'm a huge music fan, but immediately the show that came to mind was Soulpepper's production of Uncle Vanya. For me, it was so fantastic because Michael Levine was the designer, amazing designer. And so I was really excited to be working with him. And he just taught me so much as a prop person. Like previously working at Young People's Theater, it was a lot of building and fantastical things. And this was completely the opposite. Michael and Laszlo, the director, wanted total realism for every last little thing that was on stage. Michael would say, because they're doing all this paperwork in the show, the characters that have to do all this paperwork. So he said, I want piles and piles of papers, like wrapped in twine, that look like they've been sitting out in the rain and the sun for like 5 years. And I thought, how are we going to do that? He said, well, you make a bunch of paper piles and you put them outside and let the rain and the sun fade them, you know? And so that's exactly what I did. So Soulpepper didn't have a shop. So we made a bunch of bundles of paper, and they were in my backyard for the whole rehearsal period. And by the time the show was ready for set dressing, they looked, fantastic. And he said, the teapot, because they sit around a table drinking a lot of tea. That was very important. He said, the teapot is a character in the play. So you have to find the perfect teapot. We still have that teapot, which is like, but I don't know. So I love those little challenges. For me, that was very exciting. No walls. And it was just sort of bordered with planks, and there was dirt, and there was a plastic curtain that rain came down on. It was just furniture made up their little room. So it was very bleak and kind of dark, very dark. It looked like a bunch of old junk, really, like, but with a lot of character. And I remember it was summer because I was driving around with Michael's assistant, Yannick Larive, who's now a great designer in his own right. And we were in a big old van that had no air conditioning, and we drove all over to antique markets and just looking for this junk furniture, etc. Treasures for the show. And we had so much fun. I saw the show maybe 5 or 6 times. I mean, every time I'm crying at the end. It was just very beautiful and poignant. And the acting in that production was so incredible. Diego and Lisa Ripo Martel, they were beautiful, like fantastic performances. It also, for me, at that time, I wasn't sure which direction I was going. You can sort of be, as a prop person, you could be in a shop building things, like Lion King or something like that. But, for this show and Soulpepper, I'm really feel like a part of the process. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be right there, working with everyone, helping in my little way to develop the show. There was just maybe because it was Chekhov, or the combination of actors, director, designer. It just seemed so, I mean this in a good way, like really heavy, like really serious. Like we're doing some real art here. That's what it felt like to me. And so that was I felt very excited by that, being a part of that.